And then kind of moving on past, after you do this one, we're gonna go into the different, kind of the summary of the unit ones, kind of including everything we've done. So the first one is this piece here. And so you can see that if you kind of forget this little top piece here, it's pretty easy, right? What command do you think we could use for that?
Sweep or loft.
Sweep.
So let's, oh, you mean for this piece? I mean, what, forgetting this piece, what would we do to make this? Without this top piece right here.
Just draw squares. Just rectangle and extrude.
Yeah, so,
Rectangle and mirror.
yeah, so we're gonna kind of come up with some general steps here.
Make a rectangle and then cut it and mirror it.
Extrude it down through. So now it gives us a rectangle, and would you make it, what size would you make the rectangle?
I can't see all the dimensions right here.
Oh.
65 by
25 by 65
Yeah, maybe that's 25 by 65.
by, yeah, by 103.
And then what?
And you make a, on the bottom and plane, you put a 16 by 103 millimeter rectangle, extruded by a factor of 9 millimeters.
So yeah, so we then cutting this slot. So a couple ways we can cut that slot, right? We cut it on, so if I go to that, and I, back in time, I could sketch here and draw a line all the way across and extrude back 16, right? I could go to the bottom, draw a line all the way across and extrude up the 9, or I can go here and I can draw this one, extrude all the way through the part.
That's what I would do.
Which one's better?
That last one.
Whichever.
So they're all the same. They all work. But my personal preference, I like to draw it where I can see the shape. If it's just a line going all the way across the part, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw the one where I can see it affecting the shape. And so here, where it's a line going across, I can't see what it's doing to the part, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it here where I can see what it's doing to the part. So I'm going to sketch the 9 by 16 and extrude it all the way through.
Not
If you
both?
do it, if you want to do it from the side and go in, that's fine too. This is one of those things that's personal preference. What do you want to do? What works for you? For me, my process, drawing this rectangle from the corner to there works better. So that's what I like to do. And I'm going to leave it up to you. Sketch. Cool. Cut.
You mean plural sketch rectangles? Is this one?
But if I have one, what can I do to get the other one? Mirror.
You want to have a center rectangle. When you have access to that middle plane.
Well, I
Okay.
would have
Oh.
made my first rectangle
Centered.
Center, yeah.
center rectangle. There. And actually, I didn't even do a center rectangle. I did just a regular rectangle and stuck, because the whole thing's not centered, just side to side
Yeah.
and front to back. So I just did it there. And then when I extruded symmetric. So I put half forward, half back. So that way my origin is still right in the middle of the part. So we get that. Now what? So we've got the T done. So mirror.
You can do the 13 millimeter holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do one hole or both holes?
One hole.
Two.
One.
Both are identical holes. So you sketch a line.
Make one and mirror it.
Yep.
One.
So you could find the midpoint of the plane, draw a line, midpoint, put in both holes, or put in one and mirror it. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put in R13 holes. So either way, I did it as I put in one hole, mirrored it, and I actually waited to the end. Doesn't matter when you do it. But it could have been just as easy to do it back here I can just create a sketch here, draw a line, then midpoint that line to the origin. Now this is going to stay symmetric anyways. It's always going to be there, and put in holes here. This is okay also, because it's still going to behave correctly. If I make the part longer, it's still going to stay 14 millimeters from the ends. Right? So either way works. There are, like I said, some things I'm not picky about. So as long as that's still following my general guidelines, right? We're still using geometry to center it. It's good. R13 holes. Now we get to this piece here. So true radius means that it's an actual full radius. If I'm looking at it on this plane, am I seeing the true radius of it?
No.
No, because it's going this way and I'm cutting through it at an angle. So this radius right here isn't the true 19. It's let's see, what is it? It doesn't even give me a radius because it's actually not a circle. It's not an arc. It's an ellipse, right? If you take a cylinder and you cut it at an angle, you get an ellipse, right? So that's an ellipse there. The true radius, though, of this thing is 19. Looking at it this way, looking at it perpendicular to the axis, that's where we see the true radius. And so, how can I make that?
An angled plane?
Yeah.
So I can create an angled plane like that, and actually start it out a little bit further from it. So I can make a plane here and do that sketch.
And yeah, project the line.
And so I started by making a plane over, and then creating an axis here so I can get it over that 33. And then I made a plane at the correct angle, and then I offset it out past the part, so that way I could sketch and do it. And when I did extrude, I drew it out here, but I had it start at the object and go to the object. If you start it here, it can't come back, backwards for it, and because it's kind of cutting through. So I have to start outside of the part. I could have also started in the middle and gone from here to here. Just, it can't cross the edge. So that's one way. I could also done it by doing a revolve and then doing a bunch of cleanup work.
Yeah,
So I could have gone in and instead of doing all that, I could have created a 3-point rectangle and then a point, and I think that was 33, right? Oops. Make this that long. This needs to be water, I think. And I can tell it to revolve all of that around there, and just
That's so much extra work.
it is. And it doesn't even want to go. So I should, oh, it did not join. It did join. Why did not? Why is it not letting me delete? So I could do all that extra work. So, two different ways. I can draw it, revolve it, and clean it up, or I can make planes and do it that way. Which way is cleaner? Making planes is a little bit cleaner. Are they both, do they end up with the same thing? Are they both adaptable? They still work? They still move correctly? Yeah. So either way kind of works. Just construction planes makes it a little bit nicer.
I feel like the planes method is also much easier to adjust the size of it.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. And it also already gives us a plane out here to stick, because I need to create a sketch for the point on it, and just project the circle. That way I can stick the hole in, right? So if I did the revolve, I'd have to put the hole in first before I did the cuts. for this circle.
No, but, sorry,
This.
yeah,
So the sketch was just
that was the sketch, but
this.
can I see the extrude?
Yep. And so the extrude was just pick the sketch. Then the start was at the object, and I picked this side. And the termination was the object, and I picked that side. So that makes it go all the way through. Okay?